As my good friend Brandon would say, hello there, all you cool cats and kids. We're going to be doing a commentated speedrun of Star Wars The Force Unleashed, any percent, no mission skips. My name is Zojalix. Thank you guys for tuning in. And so we're going to be doing, so as you've probably seen, I've done a commentated run of Force Unleashed any percent, but this is going to be no mission skips, which is where, as the name implies, we are not going to be skipping any missions. So timing will start when I hit accept in 3, 2, 1, go. So one thing to know about Star Wars The Force Unleashed is loading screens are masked in cutscenes, and so when the level is fully loaded, we can skip the cutscene and go right into the level. And since we're doing backwards compatibility on Xbox 360 using an Xbox One, our loading screens are significantly faster. And so in this first level, we're playing as Darth Vader. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be jumping throughout the level, because jumping is faster than actually walking. And so you will be seeing me jump quite a bit. So yeah, Star Wars The Force Unleashed is an platformer, an RPG platformer, RPG action platformer, which sounds really weird, but there's a lot of platforming that goes on in the run, in the game, as well as a lot of RPG-like elements. You level up progressively throughout the run. You earn whoa, that was close. I almost fell off the cliff. You earn experience throughout the run, and you use that experience to upgrade your abilities and make yourself stronger. And so we utilize that quite a bit in the run. We're going to be using a lot of different abilities throughout the run and making things a blast. And so you're probably wondering how, because if you've taken a look at the leaderboards, which there will be a link to the leaderboards in the description below, as to what differences there are between the PC and the PS3 and Xbox 360 version. For the most part, it's RTA differences. Well, the primary timing is in-game time, so I guess it really wouldn't matter. But the primary difference is momentum glitches, and I will be showing off a lot of momentum glitches throughout this run because we were playing on an Xbox One. Oops, I accidentally hit force push. That's fine. But we will be showcasing momentum glitches as we get later on in the run and we start playing as Starkiller. But for now, we have our first boss fight, Rogue Jedi. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to pick him up, and while he's suspended in the air, we're going to throw our lightsaber at him and then stab him down below, and then stab him when he's on the ground. So we pick him up, throw our lightsaber, and then stab him. And sometimes he will get shot by a TIE fighter, and that can mess up the fight. But for the most part, this is how this fight's going to go. What? I'm so confused. What is happening right now? Alright, so then at the end of every fight, there is going to be what's called a quick time event. I'm going to be referring to them as QTEs. That is just going to help simplify them. But that is the end of the prologue. We're just going to finish up this quick time event, and then we'll make our way to the next mission. Now I'm playing without any comparisons. That just helps to prevent myself from tilting. Alright, so we have the script tutorial here. We don't care about it. We're just going to go into our next mission. And so now we've unlocked Starkiller, and we're going to be playing as him for the rest of the run. Almost as if this game is about him or something. So the primary form of movement that we're going to be using is Force Dash. And then we're going to be, pretty early on, we're going to be getting an ability called Dashing Blast. Excuse me. And that ability is going to be extremely useful, as it will help us to move really fast, as well as we'll be able to utilize the momentum glitches. So we have our first momentum glitch coming up here in a little bit. I'm going to be explaining how they work while we get to that point. And we also grind for a little bit of XP because we need to make sure that we hit the level 2 threshold. But basically how momentum glitches work is if we go to do a specific thing that's going to alter our momentum, whether it be jumping, force dashing, dashing blast, or the use of aerial strike, and we pause on a specific frame that the animation takes place, and then we go into a menu, whether it be our force upgrade menu or our lightsaber menu, we're going to confuse the game quite a bit. And the game is going to think, wait a second, you're supposed to be doing this specific thing. But then that thing isn't happening. And so then it just kind of stacks the momentum up until next thing you know, we're doing something, well, like this. I'm going to grab this force combo sphere here, and that is the force combo sphere here is what is going to help us to unlock Dashing Blast. And with Dashing Blast, we can now do something pretty crazy. And that looks like this. And so now we have our maximum form of movement, as well as you've seen how momentum glitches work. And they make the run extremely crazy and broken. Okay, so that is going to be all the kills that we're going to be needing here to make sure that we hit the level cap that we need, or the level threshold that we need. We have our next momentum glitch coming up. It's called Wing Assembly Skip. So there's a TIE Fighter wing assembly area, and we're just going to be skipping it. Oh. Okay. It's normally you would have to do some platforming, but through the wonderful use of momentum glitches, we can now just levitate right up there. Oh, I don't know what happened there, so we're going to have to try that one again. And another cool thing about momentum glitches is not only can you use them to skip a lot of things, they also become really helpful to cover a large amount of distance super quickly. Oh. Okay, so since we were not in a very good position, I'm just not going to momentum glitch. But that's now the end of our first level of platforming. And we're going to make our way to fight General Kota. Okay. So now we're fighting General Kota. We need to try and get him on the ground so that way we can do an impale. This is extremely unlucky that he uses this attack because he is totally invulnerable. And he doesn't like to get gripped very easily, so we have to use our basic lightsaber combos. Okay. Wow, this is really unfortunate. Getting this move twice, you lose quite a bit of time from it. Because there's no way you can punish it. But we've made it through. And now we're in the QTE. And we've hit our level up threshold. And we're going to go ahead and grab, once this level up menu goes through, it takes quite a while. We're going to grab Saber Mastery. That is going to increase our lightsaber damage. And we're going to head on to Raxus Prime. Alright, so we got a little jump here. Or we're gonna slide. That's never happened before. Normally there's a little jump there that you can just kind of skip going around and going through the lava, but I messed up the jump, so it didn't end up happening. Then we're just gonna go ahead and infinite and momentum glitch here, just to cover this distance super fast. Alright, go ahead. So another interesting thing about Dash and Blast is because you're dashing and comboing it with your force push, you actually are able to go through doors with it that you would normally have to break. Oh, that was weird. And so by using a Dash and Blast, okay, we're getting hecka-trolled. There we go. And that's just a little way to just skip a lot of random extra stuff. But so there, normally that would be a door that you would just force push your way through, but by the use of Dash and Blast, we don't need to. And we can just continue to make our way through the level. And so here we're going to fling ourselves across this gap. And then we'll come up to another Levitation Skip. But first, we got to see if we can get this frame perfect dash. Nope, we didn't get it. Darn. So normally you have to go around the shield and activate the switch. If we stand up here, oh. And we go. And we do a double levitation. We can now land on the other side of the shield and make our way to a skip that you see in both the PC and console versions. This is called Titan Room Skip. Normally the Titan Room Skip is done... well, some people do it with a momentum glitch, but because I ran PC for a while and then switched back to console when I could start using backwards compatibility, I am not going to be doing the momentum glitch version because I am just a lot more consistent by doing the non-momentum glitch version. And it's going to require a bit of a precise lineup here. And we've made it through. And now we can just momentum glitch here. Oh, there's an explosive there. Would you look at that? And we can now make our way to the end of the level. So there's a Junk Titan that's going to spawn here. Yeah, we don't care about him. And now we're going to make our way to go fight Cast Imperatus, who is the most inconsistent boss fight in this entire run. And he's super inconsistent because, so the strat for him is you electrocute him and then you force grip him and drop him on the ground. But he never likes to cooperate. Oh. Oh, what? Okay, so we're going to wait for our force to recharge here a little bit, so that way we have enough to do both. Okay, so we finished off the first phase. He's going to go off up there, and we're going to have to fight a Junk Titan. We're able to skip the QTE for this Junk Titan, so we'll see if we're able to do that here. Okay, so we gotta get behind him now. Oh, I did that just a little bit too late. So we're gonna be strafing him here. Okay, I need just a little bit more force here. There we go. And so while he's up here and flinging stuff at us, we can shoot him with lightning. It doesn't do that much damage, so I don't like to just like exhaust all of my force on it, because otherwise we will have no force for when he comes back. Okay, he is blocking a lot of stuff here. But I think he's still advancing phases there because of that crush bonus. So he's going to go up and he is going to spawn another Junk Titan. In which now we are going to be doing the same thing that we did before. Oh, dang it. Okay. Both Junk Titans are dead, their QTEs are skipped, and we can now focus on killing Cast and Paratus. Alright, I'm gonna wait for my force to recharge. Wow, he is blocking all of the lightnings. If I can just get one... Okay, there we go. So that, like, latter half of the fight was pretty rough, but... overall, not terrible. And we're gonna head into our next mission, Felucia. So Felucia is, I mean, a pretty basic level. It's a lot shorter than Raxus Prime. The boss fight is Shaak Ti, who's a little bit difficult. But she's got a really interesting strat that'll be fun to show off. But first, we have this little bit of platforming here that we're supposed to do by, like, going around this, like, heckin' loop-de-loop thingamajigger. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to momentum glitch and make it go a lot faster and make it a lot shorter than it's supposed to be. We're going to start off by coming over here and doing a levitate. So I'm going to put us right here. And actually, I think that's all we need to do, because we're at the end already. We're going to pick up that force combo sphere. And we're now going to make our way to fight Shakti. Ooh, Rancors, big scary. Yeah, we really don't care about them. The game would like you to think that you have to fight all the things in order to make it through the game. That's not true. I'm going to grab that 10,000 force points. And with this unlimited energy that we got, we can dash and blast our way through this cave. Getting some wicked FPS lag there. So that's kind of the big downside about running on console, is because of the way that console is, it's still like you can experience some pretty hefty lag. But here we are at Shakti.
Vader's assassin. Welcome to the ancient abyss. A place of sacrifice.
And what we're going to be doing is so you'll see they almost look like pimples or whatever on the ground. But we're going to try and use our ability Force Repulse to send her into those explosive things. It's not very easy. Alright, so we ended the first phase. There is a potential that you can get a phase 1 skip, but that's extremely difficult. Oh, she was in the middle of an attack, and so that means she's probably also going to DM. But that's the end of the fight. We unfortunately didn't actually hit her on any of the explosives, but we were able to get a lot of impales, which overall still worked out pretty well. This is also the longest QTE in the entire game. But yeah, now we're at like what's considered to be like the halfway point of the game. And with that, we're going to be going and standing with Darth Vader against the Emperor. But this is actually top 10 anime betrayals because Darth Vader actually kills you. And so, but we're still working for Darth Vader. So this is the biggest top 10 anime betrayals because what happens is Darth Vader betrays Starkiller and kills him, but then is also betraying the Emperor by keeping us alive and using us later. So, yeah, there's a lot of betraying that happens in this level. But this is a pretty short level. I think this is the shortest level in the game. And we're going to be using Dash and Glass just to make it through every single... Just to make it through every single door. Now, that's a Purge Trooper. They're the worst. Because they can do that. No, okay, cool. It looks like the actual annoying one didn't spawn. But that's the level. It is extremely short. Alright, so now we're going to make our way here to, we are now in Cloud City. We've picked up Kota, the first Jedi that we killed back in the TIE Fighter factory. You know, he's actually alive. He's blind, but he is alive. And he's going to help us fight the Empire. And we're going to come over here and skip a decent chunk of platforming by doing a levitate. And then we're going to force dash. And I'm actually going to stack this one. So yes, you can carry the momentum a little bit forward. And oh my gosh, that's not what I wanted. Cost of powers here. Okay. Well, we messed up. But we're going to be picking up Aerial Strike here, and then Saber Mastery 2. So I was supposed to get a lightning upgrade there, but like I said, I messed up and accidentally grabbed a Force Push 1. So that's going to make this strat not work. Because normally you would have Lightning 2, and you can just push and hold Y, but unfortunately, because I messed up, we have Lightning 1 for this. Which actually didn't turn out to be that detrimental. Wow, I'm kind of shook. But now we're going to fight the Shadow Guard. The Shadow Guard is an annoying boss. I personally, this is my least favorite fight in the game, is this specific Shadow Guard. Just because that... The strat is to pick him up, is to use a grapple, and the grapple mechanic can be kind of finicky. As you can see, I'm trying to grapple him. But instead I was jumping. But overall, that actually was a really good fight. And now we are going to be entering Skyhook. There is an out of bounds in this Skyhook level through using... Oh, so now that we picked up Aerial Strike, we're going to be going out of bounds a lot more often, just not in this level. And the reason why not in this level is because the out of bounds in here, I've messed it up in every single time that I've attempted it. And so I'm not going to be going for it right now just for safety. I got to revisit how that out of bounds works. So I'll be explaining kind of how the other out of bounds goes at the end of this level. Because now that we have Aerial Strike, which is another pretty intense form of movement that we can use, I utilize it a lot by aerial striking to certain enemies and then moving. We can make ourselves go extremely fast. Okay, thank you ATSD for that. Okay, that's enough of that. Like I said, I always mess up this movement, so I'm not going to go for the out of bounds. Oh, why did it pick up him? But what we are going to be doing here is we're going to pick up this Stormtrooper, and we're going to fling ourselves over a gate. Like this. Or we're not going to fling ourselves over the gate, we're going to fling ourselves right up to the gate. We're going to open up this gate right here. We're going to kill this Imperial Royal Guard. So yeah, with Aerial Strike, we get an insane amount of momentum from it. So we're also just going to go here and actually get the lightning that we need. Because we are going to need it for the boss here. Oh, we even got ourselves an infinite dash there. But we're going to make it through this little enemy gauntlet here. And now we are going to infinite air dash to open up this Skyhook, or over to the Skyhook, and then we're going to levitate on top of the Skyhook. I'll kind of explain how that works when I get up there. But we're going to levitate up on top of the Skyhook, and the reason for that is by levitating on top of the Skyhook, we very much eliminate potential of enemies getting in our way. And so now we can just go around the top of the Skyhook and grab and destroy all of these pins without actually having to worry about enemies. There's going to be the jet troopers. They're really nothing. Okay, of course. I say they're nothing, and then they turn out to be something. Go away. Okay, okay, I cannot get to that one specifically from where I'm at. There we go. We're going to come over here, grab this, which increases our damage. That way we can come over here to Ozzy's Stern and blast the bejesus out of him. Oh, I messed up the QTE there. QTE, hello? And that's the end of that. And now we're going to go to back to Felucia for Imperial Felucia to rescue Senator Organa from Shakti's apprentice Maris Brood. And we're going to be doing this by spending a lot of time breaking the game. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to grab this little tooth here. And we are going to do an aerial strike momentum glitch. That is going to fling us out of bounds. And we get this wonderful out of bounds aesthetic. And we can continue using the minimap to guide us through the unloaded area into this cutscene. And when this cutscene loads, we will be now back inbounds and where we need to be. Alright, so now coming up we have the Sarlacc Pit Crane. This is a series of strats that I developed. Well, one strat I did not develop, but there is a momentum glitch strat that I did develop for this segment. So we're going to start off by coming over here, blasting that stabilizer generator with lightning. We're going to jump up here, dashing over here. This is going to get us over to the second area and also deloads or despawns enemies. Oh. And then we're going to come over here. And we're going to infinite air dash. Right here to our third area that we need to activate the crane for. And now we are, again, more enemies have despawned. And we can now make our way to the Sarlacc Pit. So with the Sarlacc Pit, we gotta make sure that we activate these lights. Otherwise, we will get eaten by the Sarlacc Pit. And then we lose time and we take a lot of damage. I'm also not using Dashing Blast as I'm moving through here. That light did not activate. Why is that light not activating? Hello? I don't understand. There we go. Sometimes the lights don't like to activate. It's a little bit annoying. Alright, so now we have a wind tunnel here. we're just going to be standing right here. The wind tunnel is going to blow through, and then we're going to be doing this on a 2-cycle time frame. Oh no, what? I wasn't, what? I was behind the 1 pillar. Okay, that sucks, because now we gotta 3-cycle it. Or we will now fall out of bounds? Okay, that has never happened before. We're gonna load last save point. That was... okay. So we're gonna try this wind tunnel here again. Not only did we mess it up, but we fell out of bounds, and I don't know if that's actually could be used for anything, but that's what the Sarlacc Pit is supposed to go. And we're just gonna go ahead, and fling ourselves over. I don't normally fling, but I'm gonna fling to try and make up just some movement errors. But now we're out of bounds again.
Not yet, but he's close. I can feel it.
We should just be able to make our way to the loading zone. Yep, cool. And so now we've got 2 bosses coming up here. We first have the Bull Rancor, and we're going to be activating our Lightning Shield to do a lot of damage to him, and then we're going to be trying to stay behind one of his legs, but unfortunately he's not wanting to cooperate. The Bull Rancor is kind of a super annoying fight. Probably my... well, this is... because not only does he like to just not cooperate, Maris Brood will also come through and whack us periodically. Like this, she just comes through, whacks us. And can make it take quite a while before we are able to do the QTE. But that's the Bull Rancor, and now we're going to fight Maris Brood. We're going to try and do the same with the Lightning Shield. Okay. And that was a really good Maris Brood fight. If it wasn't for the mishap out of bounds, we probably would have golded that split. Oh, we're on PB pace right now. That's cool. Alright, so now we're going into the second to last level, Imperial Raxus Prime. We have to go and destroy a shipyard. We're going to be skipping a majority of we're going to be skipping the first half of the level by using momentum glitches. Alright, so we're going to come over here. This is one of the harder momentum glitches to do. And we'll see if I just did it first try. I really struggle at getting this one first try. Cool. The problem is now I have to go and find a safe checkpoint. Otherwise, we'll have to do it again. Come on, give me a save point. See, and that can be the unfortunate thing about getting out of bounds is you can get out of bounds super quickly, but now you're stuck because you can't really do anything unless you get a save point. Which we are struggling at finding right now. And probably because I might have been going... Wait, where am I? So there's an invisible wall here. That is extremely unfortunate because we didn't hit a save point, which means now we're going to have to reload the last save point, which is going to put us right back where we were. And we're going to have to try this one again. This should get us to a save point. There it is. And now that we've hit our save point, we can reload it and be where we need to be. And then we can infinite air dash across. Oh my goodness gracious. I can't believe I missed that. Alright, so now we have one more. Infinite air dash here, and we're actually going to do a little bit of menuing here as we do this infinite air dash. We're going to come over here and we are going to pick up resilience. That is going to be super helpful for the Star Destroyer segment coming up. But we're flinging ourselves out of bounds here. And we can skip that fight now. We're going to grab this invincibility here. Grabbing the invincibility will allow us to be able to just open up these switches without having to deal with the enemies. They can be extremely annoying, and it's so easy to die in this segment. And now we're going to make our way over to fight Proxy. Again, using aerial strike to enemies. That just makes us go faster, and it doesn't use up any force. Now, Proxy's going to start off as if it were another Shadow Guard fight. And we're just going to get a lot of damage onto him right away. Then we're going to get this cutscene where he's going to be like, "Yeah, it's me, sucker!" And then we're going to try and do similar strats to Shock T. But they don't always work. Proxy can be kind of an inconsistent fight. But we just need to get his health to drop to a certain point, and then we can start our next phase once he finishes all of these transformations that he has to do. Alright, so now we're getting the best fan service in any video game ever. Because he's just like, "Oh, I've got one more transformation." And of course, it's our boy, Darth Maul. Oh, I thought he was rolling as like a recoil. And that's the Darth Maul module. Alright, so now we are going to make our way to the Star Destroyer segment. And this is why we got the resilience upgrade. Because resilience is... it increases our defense. And it's super important to have good defense because the Star Destroyer, you'll kind of see how the Star Destroyer segment works when we get to it. But basically, we're going to be destroying some TIE fighters, and then we're going to be grabbing and trying to yoink the Star Destroyer out of the sky. And by being able to take more damage, we can set ourselves up to be able to do it in less cycles. So we're going to start off here by destroying these TIE fighters. And a lot of times the TIE fighters don't like to cooperate, or at least they're extremely hard. Like, the hardest part of this segment is the TIE fighters. And so now we're just going to sit here and pull it. It's going to look a little jank because we are going to be pulling this until our health is, until we are almost dead. And the nice thing is anytime you kill enemies in this game, it refills your health. So we're going to be pretty close to full health by the time we kill all of the TIE fighters. This guy is not wanting to set up properly. There we go. Sometimes the Star Destroyer does not like to set up properly, and that can be kind of annoying. And hopefully we still 2-cycle. There. Okay, we got it through. And so that is the end of Raxus Prime, and we are now going to make our way to the last level of the game, the Death Star. And so the main quirk with the Death Star is there's a laser that we have to be kind of mindful of. And it's really only we have to be mindful of it in its certain cycles. But it's really not that big of a deal. Go and stand in this specific spot so that way those turrets that are over on the ground don't destroy us. Kind of hopping around a little bit here to avoid some fire. I almost thought I died there for a second when I fell. That kind of freaked me out, but we made it through, and that's what's important. So we're going to chill out here. And we've got one more jump that we're going to have to do. We got a little bit of a skip here, so these platforms are going to come out, and we got to just kind of delay. By delaying what we use our oh, okay, we hit the cutscene. You can normally skip this cutscene, but I messed up. But we have one more momentum glitch we're going to be doing in the run. And this one is kind of difficult. Especially too if the thing that we need... Wait. Because we need a specific thing. Okay, the deck's up there. So we're going to set up our little thing here. That... Oh, man. We'll see how this one worked. I don't think it worked. Nope, it didn't. This one looks good. So we can aerial strike. And be right here. To now fight our final Shadow Guard of the game. And we're going to be fighting this guy by coming over here, grabbing a health drain aura, which will be draining the health of every single enemy here. And we're going to be focusing on killing the main Shadow Guard, because he's going to be like the most irritating. And the rest of these guys die, well, they theoretically die pretty easily. I'm pushing the wrong buttons. And now we have entered into the last segment of the game, our Vader Fights. Alright, so yeah, we're definitely not PBing, but that's fine. So Vader's an annoying fight. Unless we apparently get these. These are what we want. That is if we can get the impales. Okay, we also need Vader to do a specific move. He's doing it now, but we're stuck. This should be the end of the first phase. I don't know why the phase isn't ending. There we go. And we got a phase skip. Let's go, dude. So yeah, we skipped the third phase of this fight, which is really good. Alright, so now, if this were a marathon, I would be doing a dark versus light ending bid war, and this would be where the bid war would come to a close because you could choose what you can be doing. But since this is just a commentated video, and I'm going to want to just go and get through this quickly. And with this Vader fight, we just attempt to pick him up and impale him. And now we're in the last QTE of the game. And so time will be coming up here in just a little bit. And time. Which also, that just saved the PB with that phase skip. And with that, so yeah, normally I'd let this cutscene play out, but I'm gonna skip this cutscene because it might have just been world record. I need to check my in-game time. No way, dude, sub 50. This run was terrible. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh. So yeah, that was a run that was supposed to be meant to be with commentary, and that is a new Star Wars The Force Unleashed console world record. So yeah, that was the run. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this can be accepted into more marathons. Holy crap, that was insane. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. See you guys later.